solely driven by their unending guilt. So just be a freaking human being. Treat the freaking students with respect, okay? And can we please just hire the most qualified people to do the job?
Anna Kasparian.
And I mean, that's just a very, very calm way of looking at things, even if she is yelling about it. But at the same time, the progressive is not going to want to hear that. So these are the kind of messages that progressives are hearing from TYT, the main host on TYT, and it's a problem. So
down to 5.9, and I think that's going to happen any day now. They're about 80,000 subscribers away. All they have to bleed is 80,000 of you guys, and they're going to be dropped down in a humiliating fashion. They're going to lose their 6 million sub mark. But
so I don't know if these guys are pushing for Anna and Cenk to fail. However, this is a problem that we are, paying attention to over here on That Girl Casey, and on Bring the Asteroid News. Sorry, guys. This is a problem because I guess they're looking at their numbers right now, and wait a minute, they are dropping, yo. Like, that's insane, bro. Like, what? Is this what it looks like right now? Let me go back and look. Let's look at this together. Because I don't want to report on anything that's not. Yeah, see, but the problem, yo, that is kind of different. I will say this is quite different, right? Wow. I mean, like, you have 23K, 9.1K, 10K, 61 is not so bad. This isn't like their normal numbers, especially considering the stuff has been out for at least over 24 hours. Okay, but here's the thing that I will tell you that other channel won't tell you is that I think right now it is kind of just slow on YouTube anyway. There's a lot of channels that have been having kind of these lower numbers that we're not used to. By the way, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Yeah, because we need that. I'm glad and grateful to every eye that lands on this video. But coming back to it,
Cenk's manifesto, Cenk's declaration for the left, and his rules of engagement not exactly exploding on the internet. This would be something that Gavin and I would be sad to see our show do with a humble less than 70,000 subscribers. I think it would.
Okay, yeah, and they do have I can't even front. They do have 6 million. So this is the Vanguard. Let's see what the Vanguard does, right? So and I usually don't do these kind of videos, but at the same time, we do have what's going on in TYT is something that is going to have some backlash to it. So we are looking to see, like, how far is this going to go? Now, I personally don't think it's going to last forever, but they're going to have some hits. We do know that. And I remember when they, allowed Jimmy Dore to leave the show and all of this other stuff or whatever. Jimmy used to say that they had endorsers, people who, donors, who gave them money to speak a certain way. And so there's questions about if they're still being endorsed, and all of this. What kind of donors they have now. Is this why they're doing this? It's all kinds of questions now. But because the Vanguard wants to, show out. But shout out to the Vanguard. They do. I can't even front. Their views are nice. I'm saying, guys, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe. Since I'm sitting here talking trash on other people, right? But no. All jokes aside, like I said, we're not.
Cenk's.
So, let's see what else they're saying. Plus, we have. So they're going through the video that Cenk Uygur made about the rules of engagement and everything, and going on the comments to see what people are saying. So why don't we, oh, wow. Look at this. So why don't we take a little listen? And then I also wanted to play a clip of some of the other co-hosts. Because remember, I don't know if you guys saw my last video, but there's a co-host who's actually left TYT.
Everyone unsubscribe in here. Join the Vanguard. Anyone here still sub to this fool? The more TYT does this stuff, the bigger they'll get, and they'll push out extremes, kind of like Bill Maher. Good stuff. They got one survivor left. We're not Cenk mad, bro. We figured you and Anna out a while back. The issue is not about talking to the right. It's that you're no longer talking to the left. Do a transparent segment about your sponsors too. We deserve it. Oof, brutal.
If you look at the top comments too, there's some pretty good ones.
Yeah, here, let me search by top comments. There we go. Rule 1, don't grift. There is a reason the top video out of the last 20 is 44K views. That's brutal. The slander of Emma Vigeland was transparently dishonest. And yeah, Anna was really fucking vicious towards Emma, even though Emma was really, really trying to be polite and just, do what.
And we'll discuss that Emma-Anna situation in the one of the next videos that I put out about this situation. But wow, even the audience is noticing that they are not, hold on, it's because these videos, they'll start to play. Yeah, that they're not, hitting the right kind of numbers, man. And I'm not here to bust or nothing, So let's just look at what Francesca,
the direction that
Florentini and all of them have to say. They're not really happy about what's going on over there. Let's just listen a little bit to what these guys had to say. This is John Lador. Excuse me, I always mess up his name. John Iadarola and Francesca Florentini. Let's just listen to them. And shout out to these guys for putting this together for me. The Vanguard. Look, I do watch the Vanguard a little bit. I do cherry pick. I cherry pick because I never want to stick to one echo chamber, so I do cherry pick, and this is one of the channels that I have heard and listened to. And young guys, young people always start off on the left anyway. But anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this.
I want us all to work together because I think the stakes are incredibly high, but people have to do what they think is right. Everybody's going to. That's true for the people on camera. That's true for the people watching the show. You have to follow your values. I've always advocated for people to do that. I'm certainly not going to change that right now. And I think we can and should disagree with each other when it's warranted. And the only thing that I would hope is that ideally we can keep talking. And again, both in front of the camera and behind the camera. I don't agree with everything with Francesca, but we still work together. I think she's a reprehensible human. I still work with her, though. I'm kidding. But anyway, it's a big loss. He's a great guy. He's never given me any reason to think that he's anything other than a person who fundamentally operates based on his values and in good faith. And
this is based on, Mondell Robinson, who left the show, which, again, we did discuss that on his channel. I have episodes about this. If you guys want to go back and look. So right now he's referencing Mondell leaving the show.
And we might disagree.
Unless he gets really big on YouTube, I'm sure others would agree. And unless he gets really big, we'll probably all, tear him down. I think I
will not participate in that. But
no, yes. And neither will I. I mean, there's 57 seconds to say that I think it is really telling that some of the contributors that have left are Black contributors, trans contributors, and that is really unfortunate. And I think there's a reason for that, as we are being told that so-called identitarian concerns of racial justice, of trans rights, should not be at the forefront of a progressive movement, when in fact they should. And in fact, there is room enough, and there's always been room throughout every struggle, civil rights, LGBTQ rights struggles, the feminist movement. They've all been told to shut up and put their concerns second. And history showed that they were right and the others were not. So yeah, it's a huge loss.
Look,
let me just say this about the people like her who make a comment like this, right? Look, man, y'all know this is the Inconvenient Truth channel. No matter where this airs, I am a slave to the truth. I'm a Christian. I believe the truth was nailed on the cross over 2,000 years ago. We still talk about the truth today. But that is not the only reason. That is the main reason why I'm a slave to the truth. But the truth always comes out eventually, and then you can look at things in hindsight and learn from them. When it comes to, her saying, like, we know that, racial traumas and stuff like that or whatever, they've always been right and all. No, they haven't. You guys know I make this very radical statement, and I don't know, like, I probably will lose people when I say this, but you have to understand why I say it. I'm the one who says abolish the Civil Rights Act because it effectively goes against you as a, a citizen in this country, right? Because there's always going to be somebody more oppressed than you. And so I think that, I understand the whole movement and why it happened, but I think there was a lot of communism that went into the black community and really took it out of its square and, allowed people to get distracted on things about you have to love the white man. The white man has to love you. So you need to go and find out why you can't go to the white man's restaurant. When there were actually, you had your own restaurants. And there's a lot of older black people who will talk to you and tell you that, like, they weren't really down for that. This is the part of, this is the part of the story you never get, because you're always supposed to believe that this was just 100% a good thing. And on this channel, I think, I'm pretty sure that I went live one time and I played that Uncle Tom movie, and it really explains a lot of what I'm talking about. But not to get too far in the weeds about that. She really believes that. And in the progressive movement, she's right. Identitarian type of policies are exactly what the progressive movement is about. And you got people like, Cenk and Anna now, they're saying,
in a civil rights era, we decide we're going to go towards equality. Minorities, in that case, mainly Black Americans, had to find a way to break in. I'm not trying to, like, if you're a longshoreman and it's a good job, you naturally want to pass it on to your son. I get your instinct. I don't hate you for it, right? But we got to let Black kids also have a shot at it, right? So you need it in the beginning. But at a certain point, you have to phase it out. So when I was growing up.
But at a certain point, you have to phase it out. So these are the kind of like affirmative action type of policies that Cenk started to tell people like Lex Friedman that you got to start phasing it out, right? Now, I'm not, I'm not mad at him for saying that, but I'm not a progressive. So these people are hearing this and they're just like, yo, you rode the back. That's what they're going to think, that you rode the back of our problems to get ahead, and then now you're just like, F off.
Liberals have trouble because sometimes they're patronizing.
White liberals have trouble because, for the most part, they tend to be pretty privileged, well-to-do, and are hyper-focused on the culture war stuff, which is typically driven by their unending guilt. So just be a freaking human being, treat the freaking students with respect, okay? And can we please just hire the most qualified people to do the job?
Anna Kasparian.
And I mean, that's just a very, very calm way of looking at things, even if she is yelling about it. But at the same time, the progressive is not going to want to hear that. So these are the kind of messages that progressives are hearing from TYT, the main host on TYT, and it's a problem. So for them. For me, I'm just like, yeah, y'all like freaking years late to that. Like, that's just obvious. Like, duh, right? But, and yes, no, I've always been like that, by the way. I was a little girl. I was told, like, oh, you would get the job because you're Black. And I'm like, I don't understand why. No, I don't want that. I don't. I just want to be the best. Nobody told me to feel like that, right? Anyhow, we are watching what's going on with TYT, but this is going to be a little bit of a wave that they are going to have to ride. We'll see if they can hold on to it. We'll see what happens. I'll see you guys at the next one. Bye.